Hello everyone, Mannix here. Going to be doing a knife review on the Kershaw Nerve. It's now discontinued, I believe. I don't remember when it was discontinued, but relatively recently it got discontinued. But it's one of my favorite knives. It's one of my favorite knives ever as far as function goes. Looks are okay. It's not like my favorite or anything. It's not the most exciting knife out there. But you're talking function, I absolutely love this thing. I love how hand-filling it is. I love this blade shape right here. Really fell in love with the way it performs. I like the way it looks too. I'm not saying it's ugly. I think it's a really good looking knife. It's just, I fell in love with it. And one of my best friends in the world gave this to me as a gift, and I've been hooked. It's one of my most used EDC knives. Every time I would go to work, I'm like, which knife? 9 out of 10 times for months and months, I would always pick this one just because it performed so well. I love the way it feels. Let's just get the specs out of the way first. Very common knife, but it is discontinued now. I just figured I'd do a review on it. Blade length is 3.125 inches, overall length 7.5 inches, 8CR13 MOV blade steel with a bead blasted finish, like most Kershaws, 3.8 ounces is how much it weighs. We have a textured G10 handle right here, but it's not the typical kind of sandpaper grippy G10. It's what the CRKT eraser used. It's that exact type of texture almost. It's grippy, but not in a sandpaper way. It's almost like a squishy, grippy way. I like it. I like it a lot. We have we do have skeletonized stainless steel liners in there. Not that it's that big of a deal. You lose like less than 0.1 ounces, I think, when you skeletonize the liner. It almost does nothing. But for into your lightweight knives, that helps keep the weight down. 3.8 is not exactly a light knife, but to me, I don't care. I've carried and used knives that were 11 ounces with no problems. So. But I just figured I'd mention that because that's a big deal to some people. I don't care. I don't think it's a heavy knife. It's just not a light knife either. But why do I like it so much? It's perfect. I love how thick and hand-filling it is. I love the backspace right here. I like all of the attention to detail, the little cutouts. I like the thumb plate here. Usually I'm a thumb stud or a thumb hole guy, but we have a thumb plate, and I like it. I like the way it performs. It's sharp. You can dig your thumb into it very easily. You can open it slowly if you want. It's not any better than a thumb stud, I don't think, but I like it. I don't know, I like it. Like this pocket clip, very simple. It's tip up, right hand carry. Oh no, tip up and tip down carry only. So lefties, sorry about that, but if you want to tip down, you can do that. I like tip up a little more. Lanyard hole, not that I'll ever use that. I like the blade shape on here. I would call this a spear point. It's got somewhat of a acute, it's got a very, it's got a very acute tip right here, so you can really pierce with it, and I like that. I like this blade shape a lot. I like kind of the curve, then it curves back out. Functionally, that doesn't really help anything, but I happen to like that a lot. Just looks cool. A lot of belly to work with. ACR13 MOV is a steel that is very affordable, and it gets hecka sharp. It gets really, 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 really sharp. It doesn't retain its edge for very long compared to the more expensive steels out there, but if you strop it and take care of it, you won't really have any problems. So I happen to not mind ACR13 MOV. That's what helps keep the costs down. You can adjust it right here. It is with a torque screw for the pivot. A little bit of side to side. No up and down. Nice stop pin right there. Flicks out every single time. It's very smooth. Again, I love the way it feels. There's a lot to grip onto, and we have somewhat, it's not the best jimping ever, not that I really care, but we have a lot of grippiness around here. I like the attention to detail here again. All the cutouts are parallel and line up with each other, and smooth edges. It's just, there's a reason this knife was popular, and still is, just discontinued now, but I like the way it looks. I love the way it performs. I love how hand-filling it is. There's a lot to grip onto. The blade steel works very well. It's extremely sharp. It's good for your everyday cutting tasks. Deployment is very fast. It's smooth. I have like no complaints about it. It's not like the best knife ever. It's not like you gotta get this right now. But I happen to really like it. It really grew on me. I wouldn't have picked it. Like if I were to see a list of knives, which one do you want? Like I wouldn't have picked this one, but the fact that I got it gifted to me, and I subconsciously kept picking it every day when it came to what knife I wanted to be my primary EDC. It would always be this one. I just kept going back to it. I like the way it carries, I like the way it feels. It's not much else to say about it other than that. Great utility knife, and you have a lot to grip onto if you like your fat knives. I happen to like them. I love backspacers too. I still love using it. I still carry this one very often. It's a go-to EDC of mine. So, yeah, it's kind of a chunky, heavier, medium-sized folder. Love that blade job, by the way. I love how easy you can pierce with it. It's beautiful, actually. Very simple, beautiful knife. I think I'm contradicting myself because earlier in the video I said it wasn't that good looking. I take that back. It's good looking. So, anyway, yeah, that's the Kershaw Nerve. It's one of these, it's such a quick review, but it's one of these things where there's not much to really say because there's not much to dislike about it. It's just, I like the grippiness to it. I like all the cutouts everywhere. Attention to detail. Deployment's great. It's smooth. I like the blade steel on it. It's affordable. It's very sharp. Just take care of it. That's the one downside, I guess. But it's an affordable knife. It's an affordable knife, so I guess you can't really complain anyway. But it's discontinued. Basically, if you want a good EDC knife and you like the way this looks, and you can find it, it's not terribly expensive, go get one. Kershaw Nerves. Absolutely great folder. Very good EDC knife.